A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Thursday, October 28th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. State Environmental Conservation Commissioner Basil Sagos yesterday denied the Title V air permit for the proposed new Dan Scammer electric generating plant in the town of Newburgh. Governor Kathy Hochul applauded the decision to deny the permit for Dan Scammer, as well as the Astoria gas turbine power plant. New York Public Interest Research Group Regional Coordinator Eric Wood lauded the DEC decision.
If approved, Dan Scammer would have continued to pollute the Hudson Valley for decades to come, and Astoria would have continued to spew air pollution into a community already dubbed Asthma Alley. New York needs to do everything we can to avoid climate catastrophe, and we're glad to see Governor Hochul and DEC stepping up to the challenge.
Mana Joe Green, Environmental Action Director for Hudson River Sloop Clearwater, said Dan Scammer would be an excellent alternative proposal to become a battery storage facility to ensure the reliability of solar and other renewables generated by the surrounding region. State Trooper Christopher Baldner has been indicted by a grand jury on charges of murder, manslaughter, and reckless endangerment in connection with an incident on the Thruway in Ulster County, during which he rammed a family car, causing it to flip over and killing 11-year-old Monica Goods. It's alleged that on December 22, 2020, at about 11:40, Tristan Goods was driving in the northbound lane of the Thruway with his wife and two daughters, age 11 and 12, on the way to visit family for Christmas. Trooper Baldner was on patrol in his marked state police car and stopped the Goods family for speeding. During the stop, the trooper deployed pepper spray into the inside of the car, and Goods sped away. During the pursuit, Baldner twice rammed his police car into the rear of the Goods car. When he struck their car the second time, the Goods car overturned several times and came to rest upside down. The impact ejected Monica Goods from the car, and she died. A 45-year-old grandmother pled guilty before Orange County Court Judge Craig Stephen Brown yesterday to felony assault in connection with an assault on her 7-month-old granddaughter that left the child blind. Kimberly Bennett was the primary caregiver for the baby. The assault, which occurred on February 22, 2020, at Bennett's home on Bedford Avenue in the city of Middletown, resulted in the child suffering serious physical injury, including damage to her brain and eyes. The grandmother faces up to 12 years in prison when sentenced in January. More news in just a moment.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji, 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
Dutchess County Executive Mark Molinaro yesterday released his $528 million budget in advance of the November 1st deadline. The spending plan calls for a 10% property tax decrease and a 5.5% tax levy cut, the executive says.
We will make a massive investment in the services people care about, hold the line on spending, average annual increase 1.3%, and still provide nearly $20 million in tax relief to taxpayers.
Without using money from the county's fund balance, Molinaro intends to eliminate the county sales tax on clothing and footwear purchases up to $110. State Assemblyman Karen Michael Lawler announced yesterday that he will not be seeking re-election. The 45-year-old Republican from East Fishkill began his tenure in the Assembly in 2013. He says he ran pledging to only serve a limited number of terms. He also announced yesterday that he's backing his chief of staff, Kara Gorman, to run in his place. Moments after Lawler's announcement, East Fishkill Councilman-at-Large Anil A.J. Bifan said he would run for the 105th Assembly District seat currently occupied by Lawler. The Jewish Federation of Orange County has reached out to Newburgh City Councilman Omari Shakur following last week's confrontation he had with a Jewish developer in which he used anti-Semitic language. The Federation has yet to hear back from the councilman. The City Council earlier this week voted to censure Shakur for his language, but Jewish Federation Executive Director Wendy Cedar says that was not enough.
From the video, it's very clear that he was very frustrated about something, and he lashed out in a way that was just inappropriate. If he was concerned about the building codes or permits, whatever he might have been frustrated about, then he could have focused on that and not brought it down to cursing at someone for their religious or cultural background.
Despite the City Council's censure of Shakur, several of the members attempted to explain away his vulgarities because he was frustrated over what they said was a lack of leadership in the city's code department. By a 3-2 vote, the Wallkill Town Board voted last night to censure Democratic Town Supervisor Frank Dandento for his use of vulgar language during meetings with the town controller. The 2 no votes came from the supervisor himself and his council ally Neil Meyer. After audio recordings of Dandanto's diatribe surfaced, he attempted to explain them away by saying that's the way he talks. But the resolution of condemnation criticized the supervisor for his use of vulgar language, saying it was inappropriate and a form of workplace harassment. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.